guess, fresh thoughts after finishing. So the problem with Cyberpunk for me from the get-go was, well, I'm playing the game in 2025, and there's a reason for that, which is I don't like the world that Cyberpunk is set in. It's just not something I'm usually drawn towards, and then the game releases, it's buggy, it's a mess. All those things together just made me wait a long time, and then it's on sale, and you know what? I'm gonna play it. If you were to ask me like to give it a note out of 10, even before playing it, I think it was impossible for it to get a 10. But I would say that overall, despite that still being true after playing the game, I still was not necessarily in my element, let's put it that way. It was way above my expectations. Especially the second half of the game, I would say. I think the first half was a bit more inconsistent, and I think at times the game could have done a better job getting me excited for what was to come, because what was to come was so good that if they teased it a little bit better, or I guess it was fine the way that it was, but definitely the first part I would have more things to say about it, but the second part and the overall conclusion and all the different endings that there might be that I need to go try, the setup for the final act, the character progression, the writing, and I think that's the big thing for me with this game is I got what I expected from CDPR in terms of writing, story, all that. Then I think that things on the side, like the combat and like I think the game managed to do even more than I expected, but without compromising or without having to make the other things worse, you know? It wasn't a price that you had to pay, like, oh, we're gonna have better gameplay, but the writing is gonna be worst. I mean, there was certainly bugs and stuff, right? I can't speak for when the game released, but this is one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had. Makes me love CDPR even more, even though, again, there are things to say about how they handled the whole project, for sure. But, yeah, it's gonna go in the category of memorable games and, you know, one of the best games I've ever played, for sure. And I can't wait to play Phantom Liberty and be back, because I already know I'll be back and play again. There are moments like these as a gamer when you go through you finish something and you just, you know, it's different. It's just, I don't know, it's deeper. It's a meaningful moment, let's say, and that was definitely one of them. God, that was good. That was really, really good. And that, obviously after Witcher 3, I had high hopes for the game and for what CDPR could do, but I think all things considered, I think they managed to exceed them for me. I still prefer Witcher 3, I think, even though it's not really a debate that really makes sense to have right now. Because, you know, it's just appreciate both, but definitely made me even more excited for Witcher 4, definitely. Dude, the characters, the progression, the pacing, I think was... That's one of the things I think it did better than Witcher 3. I think the pacing was better overall for the main story, and I think that the main story didn't feel nearly as rushed as Witcher 3. Just Witcher 3 with the Wildlands stuff and all that. I think the conclusion was a bit worse. I think Cyberpunk, my biggest issue with it is sometimes it just felt like I didn't really know where it was headed and if what was coming would be worth the investment. At sometimes I definitely felt or thought that. But then again, every single time that I learned more and we actually got the conclusions, it was like even better than I would have expected or wished. So gonna end it here. And again, just say the same thing. What a game. What a game.